Hey, golf enthusiasts, welcome back, or should I say golf beginners. That's our segment here today, is golf for beginners. If you're just getting into the game, you've got friends that encourage you to play, you're the wife of an avid golfer getting into the game, you want to play for business, there's a few things you're going to need. Hopefully this segment will help you out a little bit. The first thing you're going to need is patience and a sense of humor. This game is not easy. If this game was easy, I wouldn't have a job. The fact that it's so hard is job security for a guy like me. All right? I've been teaching the game for 17 years now. I've taught tens of thousands of golf lessons. I teach hundreds of lessons per month. And my primary client is the newer golfer up to the 15 to 20 handicap golfer looking to improve their golf game. And I tell a lot of people the same thing. It takes time. So if you're looking to jump in and just pick this game right up and think you can learn it right off the bat and be a proficient player immediately, ain't gonna happen, man. It's not gonna happen. It takes time. There's a lot of little intricate things. There's biomechanics, there's physics, there's geometry, there's a lot of stuff to learn. But what I'm gonna help you out with today is where to start. What are some things you're gonna need to know about playing the game of golf if you're just getting into it? This might sound a little corny, but get a USGA rule book. No, I'm not kidding. Go to usga.org and get a rule book, just a basic rule book. Skim through some of the titles of the words, but right in the very, very front of the book, there's this list. It's called Etiquette. Etiquette is huge in the game of golf. The game of golf is an amazing game. It's a very democratic game, and from a professional standpoint, it's the only game where you're actually paid on truly how well you perform. It really is amazing. But the etiquette around the game, it's a respectful game. It requires patience, honesty, integrity. There's certain things you're allowed to, and there's a lot of things that we don't want to do, like standing in somebody's line or talking when somebody's trying to hit. And these are some things you need to know. There's some basic unofficial rules, thus they're called etiquette. Some other things you're going to need when you first get started in the game of golf is you're going to need some sticks, you're going to need some clubs, you're going to need a bag if you're going to become a bag to hold all your clubs in if you're going to become an avid golfer. Get club fit, get a fitting. Don't take hand-me-down clubs right off the bat unless there's somebody of a similar size and build to you. That's the only time you ever want to take some hand-me-down golf clubs. Otherwise, come and see us at GolfTech. Visit us at golftech.com. Visit one of our 146 improvement centers, and we'll get you custom fit for a set of golf clubs. Now, how many clubs do you need? What do you need? Do you need all 14 clubs? Do you need this super high-end stuff? No, you don't. You really don't. But you do need a basic set of golf clubs, some irons, a driver or fairway wood or some hybrids. You definitely need a putter, definitely need some wedges. And you need to get measured and fit because we're all built differently. We're all different heights. We're different sizes and shapes and builds. So don't go to your local big box retailer and just buy something off the rack because somebody says this is exactly what you need. They don't know you. Come and see a professional. Let us truly guide you. Let us answer all the silly little questions that you may have and tell you the importance of grip size, of shaft flex, of length, of lie angle. Why these things are important. One of the biggest things I see with beginner golfers, especially juniors and ladies, is they take these hand-me-down clubs and they're just too long or too heavy, and you're going to end up with really, really bad swing habits. Some other things, sticking with clubs just for a minute, you can get an all-inclusive set of clubs and hybrids, and there's some manufacturers out there for the ladies that actually have really, really good-looking sets of clubs that are from the bag, head covers, matching color schemes. Are actually quite attractive. They look fantastic, and they're really good quality at a really nominal price where you can get anything all included. If you're going to kind of do an a la carte, maybe buy a few clubs one at a time, here's some things you're going to need. You're going to need some irons. You're going to need maybe not all 8 irons, but maybe just an odd number of irons, like a 7, a 9, and a pitching wedge. Some other things you're going to need, you're going to need a good putter. Putter is something you can make a good investment in, and it'll last you for years. When I say years, I mean, well, for instance, I've been playing the same putter I have right now. I played at professional ranks and even recreationally. The same putter I have right now for 10 years. So make a good investment on a putter that fits you. Some other clubs that you don't be afraid to spend a couple of bucks on are wedges. Wedges are really, really important. A lot of the wedges that you get with the sets nowadays for beginner, they're called game improvement wedges. And the problem with those game improvement wedges is that the sole is so wide that it doesn't ever allow you to truly learn how to how to get good impact fundamentals, because the clubs are so wide. They're designed for just pure forgiveness, to whether you make a good swing or a bad swing, it's going to be hard for you to tell the difference. So it's not really going to allow you to grow too much. Game improvement irons, game improvement hybrids and woods right now, absolutely. But get at least one good solid wedge in your bag. Some other things you're going to need a wood. Get a driver. Don't be afraid to get a decent driver. You don't have to spend hundreds and hundreds, but get yourself a nice little driver. Get some club to tee off with, learning how to tee off with. So that's what you're going to need. You're also going to need a bag. There's all-inclusive sets, or you can do everything a la carte. But those are the clubs that you're going to want to spend a couple bucks on. Make a little bit of an investment in those things. Irons are going to change a lot more, so don't spend a whole lot of money on those right off the bat, because your swing is going to change as you become more advanced in the game. Some other things that you're going to want to make an investment in: a good pair of shoes. Do not skimp on shoes. Shoes are a big deal. Get yourself a nice pair of comfortable, I'm wearing a nice pair of comfortable teaching shoes. Actually, they're made by a company called FootJoy. Some other shoe manufacturers out there are Echo, Callaway, Adidas makes a good shoe, but don't be afraid to spend a couple of bucks on shoes. You're going to be on your feet a lot. Shoes are important. They need to fit right. They need to be comfortable. There's really, really important aspect in your feet. You're going to have a lot of movement and shifting of your feet. I shouldn't say a lot of movement, but you're going to need to have a really, really comfortable pair of shoes that fit you, because you're going to be wearing them a lot, all the time on the golf course. And if you're going to be playing with a group of golfers that does a lot of walking, you especially need a really comfortable pair of shoes. And shoes you can get some different color schemes and whatnot. But don't be afraid to spend a couple of bucks on shoes. Gloves. I strongly encourage you getting a glove. And when you buy a glove that's a tighter fitting golf glove. Okay? Get the glove on. You want it to be relatively tight and relatively snug. I personally prefer a glove that has a little bit of an elastic, a spandex material in the knuckles. One of the reasons it helps the glove last a little bit longer, also helps the knuckles breathe a little bit, but it stretches a little bit more. And the reason you want that glove to be nice and tight and snug is you don't want it loose, because when you're learning to play the game of golf, and once you learn how to grip the club and swing the club, if that glove is too big for you, or if it starts off a little too big, the club can slip and move in your hands. So get a nice snug, tight golf club that's really form-fitting and allow it to stretch out around your hands a little bit. We talked about patience. We talked about a sense of humor. And one of the biggest things you've got to want to do around the game is you got to have fun with it. As soon as you start to take this game too seriously, it's going to become a little less fun. This is a game. It's a game that I personally am extremely passionate about. But have a great time doing it. You get to be outdoors. It's a social game. You get to play with people from work or friends or family and loved ones. It's a social game, and it is also a sport. What other sport do you get to wear some nice snazzy attire as well? So don't be afraid to spend a couple bucks on some nice golf clothes. Guys, wear collared shirts. Slacks, get some khaki shorts based on your local dress code. Contact your local golf course before you go play. Find out if they require tee times. Find out what their dress code is. Personally, being a golf purist that I am, I don't like seeing jeans on a golf course. But you know what? Hey, if that's your thing, who am I to say otherwise? But tuck your shirt in. Wear a belt. Look good. Take a little pride in it. There's a lot of good golf manufacturers or clothing manufacturers out there that make some really, really good lightweight equipment. When you're buying golf clothes, make sure you buy shirts that aren't too snug. Get some lighter weight materials if you're in warmer climates, or maybe some thicker materials if you're in some cooler climates. But wear a shirt that you can move in. Don't be afraid to buy maybe a little bit bigger. Give yourself some room to move, or buy a shirt made of some material that's actually going to stretch and move with you as you swing the golf club. It's really, really annoying trying to make a good golf swing and having that shirt really just kind of sticking to you, and you don't want the shirt taking attention away from your golf game. Let's see, some other things you're going to need. Some basic accessories. Get some golf balls. If you're a beginner golfer, don't go buy the $50 dozens of golf balls. Go to your local big box retailer and buy the jumbo pack of balls. You're going to lose some balls, just face it. Don't buy a ball retriever, because it just slows up pace of play. That drives me nuts. Those guys and gals are on there fishing in the golf course all the time. Please, give me a break. Tees. Yeah, you got to have some tees. You're going to need to learn how to peg the ball up. You got to get some of those. Just your basic jumbo pack will be fine. Some other things that you're going to want to have. You don't have to buy a lot of the other things. Keep some loose change in your golf bag in your pocket to mark your ball with. Caps and visors. I strongly suggest you get caps and visors, and sunscreen. It's a big deal. Golf is a game you play outdoors. You can learn how to play it indoors at Golf Tech. You can visit us at www.golftech.com. Visit any one of our 146 improvement centers in the country. Plug. My name is Tom Howell, 17-year teaching professional, certified personal coach with Golf Tech. You can visit us at www.golftech.com. I'm in Santa Monica, California at our office right out here in beautiful SoCal. And my friends here at Mahalo, I want to say thank you very much to them for allowing me to come to you today and have a little bit of fun and talk about the game. Visit mahalo.com for the how-tos that you want to find out in life. And if you have some requests, you want to see some different things, send them in to requests@mahalo.com. Thanks for joining us.